All right, Hero Comics here. Before I do more transgender hate mail and whatnot, I want to make a new video for my profile page. Been a while since we did that. So yeah, here we are, a new video for the profile page. Hanging out in this house we're buying. Yeah, we're hanging out on the second floor, the biggest room on the second floor of our house, and yeah, we're working on stuff, lots of everything. Yeah, but yeah, I want to talk about the fact that basically cancel culture does not work well on truth. Okay, it works very good on lies. Woke DEI pushers in gaming and whatnot, movies and whatnot, are finding this out now because it's like when you basically say, here is a sequel or prequel or spin-off to a beloved series, but instead of the series acting like, the people in that series doing things like they're supposed to do, we're totally changing things. It looks like the series, but it has all this woke DEI bullcrap in it that the series never had in it before. Yep, that's causing all kinds of problems for the games and movies and series, TV series and whatnot. It's causing all kinds of problems for them. They're losing billions of dollars because of this woke bullcrap, and they're trying to lie and say, no, we're not. Okay, so yeah, that's what cancel culture is for. It's to go against lies. You have lies and deceit, and people try to cover up truth with lies and deceit. So it's just like, yeah, they're like, oh, buy it. Hopefully they'll buy it. Trust me, bro. Hopefully they'll buy it and just leave it, leave things alone. But no, cancel culture is like, nope, I don't buy it. I'm not buying that stuff. Nope. And eventually they get so ticked off about you discovering their lies that they'll either tell the truth or tell a different lie. That's how cancel culture works on lies. Because it's just like they're not buying it, dang it, fine, they grift us over, on to the next grift. That's how it works with cancel culture on lies. Uh, Cancel culture does not work well on truth. On the other hand, when you tell the truth and someone's angry that you're telling the truth and try to cancel culture you, what that actually does is it shows off that you're telling the truth. That they are lying because that's what it does. When it's just like, no, they put their fingers in their ears and like, la 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 la, la. It's like, yeah, but reality, the truth is reality. Truth is all around you. It's reality and stuff. So when you basically like, yeah, no, I don't like hearing you say that. Saying that testicles are male and ovaries are female. I don't like hearing you say that. This lifestyle is wrong. I don't like hearing you say that because, I don't like hearing you say that. It's like, but it's the truth though. It's just how it goes. It's very sad to see that, but that's how it is. And the issue is with truth is that when you the more they try to stay silent, there's two issues wrong with cancel culture and truth. If you cancel culture truth, but then you could basically shout, speak out, and you start lying, saying no one's watching, no one's doing, no one's seeing, no one's listening, no one's watching, and you do that, but then you basically give me say basically give paragraphs of stuff to somebody who you don't you're telling them no one's watching you, you paragraphs of stuff talk about details about how they're wrong and stuff like that. That means you were watching. That's what it means. You were watching. I had that happen to me once. I put a what's it called? Comment on an episode of Mayday Air Disasters. I'm saying, oh my gosh, that accident, something like that accident's horrible. Hopefully everybody's okay, something like that, And then someone out of nowhere just was like, what's wrong with you people saying this lifestyle's wrong? This, I'm like, I didn't say that there. They must have seen my video. Hi, everybody. That's supposed to be it. Because there's no way they could determine that I was against the transgender, homosexual, atheist lifestyles from that comment. They had to have seen other stuff. Yep. Yeah, it doesn't work. And of course, the other issue too. If you saying nobody's watching, nobody cares at all, you can't falsely hate speech claim a video because if you hate speech claim a video, that means you watched it. That means that you basically yeah, you know what's in there. And it's just like one of my videos was hate speech claimed a while ago, and it was like, yeah, like 3 or 4 people watched that video. And I was like, that must have been some really mad people. 3 or 4 people watched it, and yet it was hate speech claimed. Interesting how that goes. It's like, yeah, it's just like, And that was the episode where I said periods are female, because I was quoting what I said earlier in an Elevation post, which was also deleted. Elevation comment was also deleted. Where someone was saying, a female was saying, as a trans male, I'm very glad she used words like people born with uteruses and not women. It's good to know that what's going on with my body isn't necessarily a feminine thing. And I'm just like, periods are female. That caused the firestorm in those comments. Yeah, because they're like, well, what? Do they really? What? Oh, shut up. Yeah, no. They got to the point where there's one person said, well, no, see, so if there are people that say they're men and people that say they're neither male or female that have periods, I'm like, yeah, they're all female. I'm sorry. Sorry, so physically female is how it goes. And it's like, well, people don't identify as as female. They're like, yeah, it doesn't matter. It's not about identity. It's about biology. So she said when they do that. So someone actually was angry at me. Another person was angry at me when I said she and her mean born with ovaries. Like, no, they don't. I was like, what does it mean? What does it mean? Like it's so bad. And they're trying to say that's not, no, that's not right. I was like, what's right then? Like, crap, you got me. They say this thing that's wrong is right, then he'll prove me wrong. If I admit that I was wrong, then I'm proved wrong. So yeah, I'm gonna just not say that. That's how it goes. The more often someone doesn't say anything, the more those enemy hashtag knots will be building up on their foreheads. So they finally explode. It's gonna be great. Just saying, testicles are male. Ovaries are female. Sperm comes in males. Periods are female. Stop playing my Uncle Sam. It's like, come at me. That's how it's gonna go. It has gone. That's gonna go all the time. You cannot stop truth. You try to silence someone telling the truth, but you cannot stop truth. It's sad to see people try to do it. And I'm like, I silenced. I did it. I got that person. And it's like, now their voice is louder. Charlie Kirk's voice is louder now. Because it's like, what was so important that he was murdered for it? What was he saying that was so important? He was murdered for it. That's the issue with me. Murder is not the way either. No, you have to learn to live with truth, not to fight against it. So you guys next time, check me out on YouTube and DeviantArt. We're going to continue on with our work. My scripts eventually after I finish working on this other stuff. Yeah, I got bunches of these notebooks, like 5 subjects, 3, 4, 5 subjects. No, I think it's 3 subjects and 5 subjects. Yeah, these guys here. I like a big old notebook. Wide ruled or college ruled, doesn't matter as long as it works. Yeah, I'm gonna work on this stuff, and I'm gonna get my scripts going. Start a new comic series. It's gonna be great. Mugen characters, perhaps. Because I got some ideas for some games I want to make. Or show off that some people can make, woke DEI pusher devs can make, instead of the games they're making that are failing miserably. We'll work on that. So see you guys next time.